TRF seminar series to aid in the training of PhD students and junior researchers. The seminar allows student researchers to deliver and discuss about their new idea, new finding and publication.
It should be marked here that Chiang University celebrated 50-year anniversary. Chiang University has been marked on the contribute to academic in Thailand. One of those, the PhD program in Analytical chemistry was launched for the first time in Thailand. Technically excellent have been under close collaboration with networking, both within Thailand and internationally.
I'd like to welcome you all to our Faculty of Science. I wish you have a wonderful time doing this seminar. I do hope that you will have an enjoyable and memorable moment.
Here I would like to thank the personnel and the team to encourage me to organize this seminar.
Washington, and that was the beginning of a very long, fruitful collaboration with Kate, with many, many friendships. So I thought I'd give a walk through time of our various collaborations and visits. This is my 11th visit here in Thailand, and it's always a lot of fun, and I really appreciate being invited here. The Thai government several years ago decided they needed to do something to populate actually their two universities. And they had the universities because they didn't have faculty. So they initiated a number of funding programs, and I just list some of these here, which you're all familiar with. It's from the Talent Research Fund, the Global Jubilee Fund, and so forth, that enabled collaboration between Thai faculty and students and faculty and students around the world, including the U.S. So we have really greatly benefited from that. I'm the longtime editor-in-chief of Talanta. I've been doing it for over 25 years now, and it's been my great pleasure to be able to publish a number of papers from young Thai students as they began their careers and young faculty. So we published a good number of papers. My first visit here was in 1998, if I have that correct. Kate had invited me to Chiang Mai University, and on the way, actually, I stopped in Bangkok at Mokina University, where I gave a lecture. And I was always treated very well. I actually got my own office here when I first visited. I was here for several days, I remember, and Kate always pushed me to work. So my first seminar was Analytical Chemistry, Where Next? And he had a little workshop on a joint PhD program in curriculum development, where we got to discuss future collaborations. And he also had a workshop on flow injection analysis, in which I gave a lecture again. Then in 2001, Kate and his group hosted the ICFA conference, the International Conference on Flow Injection Analysis here in Chiang Mai. So that brought me back here again, and we had a tremendous reception at that conference, people from all over the world. So this is a special year for me. In 2005, I was made an honorary doctor of Chiang Mai University. I'm very, very proud of that. And then in 2006, another special year, Kate wanted to have a workshop between U.S. analytical scientists and Thai analytical scientists, top scientists in the two countries. So it was co-funded, as I say, by the National Science Foundation, by TRF, the Commission on Higher Education, by PERCH, Chiang Mai University, of course. And the goal was to broaden collaborations and interactions between the scientists in our two countries, and indeed was very successful in that. And several research collaborations, as I mentioned, have resulted from that. So I know, for example, Professor Sweetler from the University of Illinois, he's the editor of Analytical Chemistry now, has collaborations here. He had students visit here, I think, and visit his laboratory. Professor Sim, Professor Joe Wang, many of you know, Ray Barker, and so forth, have exchanged students, and some of them visited here. So, and our students at the university certainly benefited from having these top class students in our laboratory, Our faculty visited here, as well as our students and your students have visited in our laboratories. 2010, Kate and Goon and Orawan and Zaroon hosted ICFA again, this time in Pattaya. And again, it was a very successful conference. Here's the sign for the conference. Last year, just a year ago, we had the PACON meeting in Tonkan. And again, of course, Kate gets us back to Chiang Mai, where he had a Green Chemistry Innovation Symposium. We've had many collaborations over the year. The International Conference on Flow Ingestion Analysis are going to catalyst a lot of these collaborations. As Kate mentioned, he came to the ICFA conference in, 97 or so, and he met a lot of the participants there, including Shoji today and so forth, and that has resulted in a number of other international collaborations. So we're pleased with that. And a lot of papers have resulted from those collaborations that when I did a SciFinder search, I think Shoji had, he mentioned like 100 papers. So congratulations to Chiang Mai University on its 50th anniversary. I'm very proud to be an alum.
In the course of the research in analytical chemistry, many useful tools for chemical analysis can be developed or can be improved. Analytical chemistry techniques can contribute to solve various problems in safety and peace in society and decrease hazardous and dangerous problems in the world and improve and guarantee our society. So the analytical chemistry and the techniques are very important, I think. Solution handling is very important. So such a solution handling must be automated, I think. How can such automation be performed? To solve such problems, flow-based analysis is one of the most promising. I want to show some example of the collaboration between Thai university, Thai researchers and students. Also, I would like to address my sincere thanks for their earnest study in my lab and their contribution to collaborative research. And this photo is when I visited Orawan's lab, and after that, we moved to the Chiang Mai, and sometimes I visit Mahidol University. Visit my university to see the students, and one symposium will held. Now, Okayama University has several international exchange agreements between Okayama University and Thai University. Now that 9 universities. And this is the joint research project in Chiang Mai University and Okayama University. This project started in 1999, and new cooperative project started 2000, and 49th annual meeting of Japan Society. At that time, Kate visited our university and gave a talk, invited lecture. In chemical analysis, technique, I think. I would like to show you some very unique or very nice paper developed by the Thai student. Tom developed the speciation of arsenic 3 and arsenic 5 by ICP-MS or ICP-A. And the Tom developed an online collection concentration of trace amount of formaldehyde in air by using chromatographic cell. And next is the pin. She determined of the trace amount of bromide by here stop flow detection technique. Principally this and this is a flow line. Next is the wood. He developed a very sensitive determination method of iron in water sample. And two, she stayed in my lab 1 year. She completed 2 papers, 2 are from my university, developed a membrane-less gas diffusion unit. X developed a automated pretreatment system.
My short memory on progress research with good friend. 1995, Gary Christian received a certificate from the President Shoji. This is the memory, ICFI 95th and 24th JFI meeting. This photo is 11th ICFI held in Chiang, 2001. 23 persons, researchers attend and have a lecture. Many Japanese people contribute because Kate personality is very good. In 2003 September, we concluded a MOU between Chiang Mai University Faculty of Science and Aichi Institute of Technology, my university. Since 2003, we exchanged students several times. Many foreign researchers attended to my group, research group, from Thailand, Wiener, Hong, Nuan, and Professor Kate joined our research project supported by Education Ministry. And this is a list of PhD students for collaboration with Professor Kate and Professor Sprague under MOU. From Chiang Mai University, 6 students, PhD students stayed in my laboratory for the new research concerning flow-based technique. And from the Hong Kong University, 3 PhD students stayed in my laboratory for collaboration. This is the fourth annual symposium on TRF Senior Research Scholar. I attended this symposium several times. This is in 2006, the symposium for the research project on environmental and biological analysis. Anyway, I would like to talk about analysis of albumin in urine for diabetic diagnosis using flow-based technique. Urine gives important information and analytical results are applied to the disease diagnosis. And also the load to patient is very small because the sample is non-invasive. So we would like to propose some technology for albumin analysis as well. First one is albumin analysis by FIA, and the second is albumin and glucose determination by CA. And the third one is albumin analysis of SEMA. SEMA is new machine. So I would like to talk about the flow injection analysis of protein determination by spectrophotometry. This is a simple FIA system. Next talk is the spectrophotometry SI system. In SEA, it is difficult to obtain a well-mixed reagent and sample zone as placed into the holding coil. Some reverse flow is done in the holding coil for effective mixing. So we propose here an alternative simultaneous injection effective mixing analytical method I call SEMA system, connected with PIA, SEA, and MCFA. The SEMA system is a new hybrid flow-based technique that involves characteristic of FIA, SEA, and MCFA. In this study, I determined the protein using the SEMA system. This is a SEA system. This is my family. Celebration for retirement and 70 years old.
My pleasure to introduce my recent research on compact disk type flow analysis. Some part of the research is contributed by Professor Orban's group. Two PhD students came to our lab to only just 3 months, but they achieved very nice results. So I'd like to introduce their research. And also, Doy represent his poster session about part of this research. The flow method is very has shown advantage to produce this downsizing of the analytical chemistry. Recently, a lab on a chip for microturns is popular. In this case, some pumping system or valve is needed for this microchip. But now this one is the lab on a CD. CD is just similar to your compact disk. We don't need to any pumping system because when we rotate of this CD, the centrifugal force produced of the load. So we interested in this method. I'll show some example of the chemiluminescence immunoassay on the CD type microchip. The third one is the usually we prepare the radial channel, but we improve the reaction time to improve the time. We prepare the spiral channel. So I'll introduce the flow behavior of the liquid on the CD during the rotation. And finally, this subject, electrochemical bioassay on the CD, is collaboration with Professor Orban, two PhD students, Doy and Pak Tan, conducted of this research. Finally, this barometric sensing on the CD. This is under the way. but I'll show introduce these subjects. What is the Laguna CD? So the size is similar to the CD. So when we rotate this CD, the solution pass through this channel to go to the detection system. So when we control the rotation frequency, we can control the selection sequential injection. This can be performed by just only rotating of this CD. This critical rotation speed is depend on the position of the reservoir due to the centrifugal force depend on the length of the solution. How to prepare this CD. So this is the final CD type of microchip. Secondly, I applied this method for the chemiluminescence detection immunoassay. We have already published about the chemiluminescence immunoassay by using the micromagnetic microbeads by sequential injection system. So we can get this kind of the chemiluminescence signal. Then also we can get the calibration curve, sigmoidal calibration curve. So the lower detection limit is around 1 to 10 ppb of this surfactance. Carbon-based electrode, this technique is imported from Professor Orban's lab to enhance the sensitivity to hydrogen peroxide. So we applied this method for determination of hydrogen peroxide by using fluorescence detection. Now we are planning to conduct this immunoassay by using photophysical reaction.
Based on my expertise, today I would like to share my experience in the development of sensor using for nanoparticles modified electrode for the analysis of Thailand, disulfiram, and derivative in food after separated by liquid chromatography. I select to start about herbicide, and I focus to dithiocarbonate herbicide group because they are widely used in many areas and deeply specific to Thailand, disulfiram, and their derivative. And this work we focus on nanoparticles because the use of nanoparticle can increase the surface area onto the electrode surface, and sometimes nanoparticle can act as catalyst. Okay, so the objective of our work is to develop core nanoparticle modified spin printed carbon electrode in UHPLC for simultaneous determination of dithiocarbonate herbicides. And we would like to obtain high sensitivity, specificity, and rapid analysis by UHPLC, and separation can be completed within 6 minutes. Our method is high sensitivity, low cost, and it's really simple to make the sensor, and very good result when we compare to the conventional method.
I'm going to talk today is the overview of our research conducted from KKU group based on the development of sample preparation techniques using solvent and solvent-based micro-extraction and application for food and environmental samples. The sample preparation techniques should involve the cleanup of the sample and also pre-concentration of the analyte. Because in the real sample, the analytes usually present at low concentration levels and also with the high metric contents. our group tried to develop the analytical methodology, including sample preparation and analytical techniques that serve the environmental and food application.
The title of the simultaneous determination of iron and creatinine in urine from thalassemia patient by a recent flow-based technique called CIA. The CIA is the abbreviation name of cross-injection analysis. It is based on use of the acrylic platform that was used for simultaneous loading of sample and reagent. And for liquid handling in CIA, it requires only peristaltic pump and the software for control the pump to start or to stop. And here is the photograph of the CIA platform. You can see that it is made of the acrylic, small pieces, a small piece of the acrylic. Inside the platform, there is the channel in y-axis and in x-axis in perpendicular. The y-axis is used for, as I mentioned, simultaneous loading of sample and reagent. While for the X channel, it is used for propelling the carrier. We call this direction as the analytical flow path because this channel connected to the flow through cell inside the detector. For detection chemistry of iron, NTA is used as the scavenger for remove iron 3 from this complex. And then ascorbic acid is used for reduction of iron 3 to be iron 2, and 5-bromo-PSAA, which is previously used by Professor Sakai, is used as a chromogenic reagent to form the purple color complex. And for the detection principle of creatinine, the Jeff reaction where creatinine reacts with alkali pipette is used.
Our design of the membrane-less vaporization unit, its history and its application in future. Our group think that maybe membrane-less technique is, can be an answer or can give us a better performance. New design of the membrane-less vaporization device, and we call it a dual chamber vaporization unit. So with this design, limit a small amount of the sample solution and acceptor solution are introduced into a small chamber inside the unit like this. And after the appropriate time, diffusion occurs from the donor to an acceptor, and then we withdraw the solution of acceptor to waste with the same port as the inlet of the cone-shaped to detector. And also the sample also withdrawn from the same port of the inlet port at the bottom of the chamber to waste. And by means of this design, you can see that we don't have the problem with the overflooding as long as we keep the volume of the solution less than the volume of the chamber. So it's very convenient and robust. And this manifold of the system we use with the new membrane-less vaporization unit. So this system for introduction of the sample, we use the injection valve to control the volume of this sample, and the carrier is the air. And the membrane-less device has a better mass transfer efficiency than the typical membrane-based. And the present membrane-less device is versatile and now suitable for complete automation with aeration to improve the speed of the measurement.
And I would like to talk a bit about the overview of my research about the gas scaling in chemical analysis. We are moving liquid flow Because of the trend of the modern analytical chemistry of Howard, the micro scale or miniaturization or to increase the sample or increase the chemical volume. And when we say miniaturization, the people may think about the lab on chip. So I just think, how can I develop some miniaturization system with a low cost and low technology? So I think about the liquid block. The liquid block provide interesting things such as low volume of the sample and low of the chemical weight. And also it's easy to handle and manipulation. So I try to downscaling on the block. Try to do the coulometry. This one we apply the system to for microcoulometry separation for ascorbic acid in vitamin C tablet. So we apply this method with the ammonium determination in natural water.
What I need to talk today is I would like to determine the biomarker. I am interested in early infection from HIV-1. I select to use my material to make the immunosensor, like to make the surface to immobilize the antibodies and to catch the to bind with the antigen. First of all, I modify with the graphene oxide. Why I need to modify with graphene oxide? Graphene oxide has the have the carboxylic group on the graphene sheets, and then can be give the electron transfer. And then I select to make the polymer. This polymer is poly 3 aminobenzoic acid. It has the carboxylic group in the polymer chain, and then I can activate with the cupping reagent to immobilize the antibody, and then blocking with the albumin to reactivate the carboxylic group somewhere here, and then rebind with the antigen, what I need to measure. And then I do electrochemical detection. My material graphene oxide prepared in my lab, and carboxylated polyaniline or poly 3 aminobenzoic acid can be improved the spin printed electrode, and the carboxylic group can covalent bound with the antibody. And this platform we can use for determine the cytosine and with good detection limit. And we can have the good repeatability and can be generate the sensor surface.
My topic is sequential injection analysis and analytic spin voltammetry used as a suitable combination. First is the research about determination of trace metal, lead, cadmium, and zinc by sequential injection analysis coupled with analytic spin voltammetry using bismuth screen printed carbon electrode. The highlight of this research is the use of extending switching valve with the pre-concentration column. Next is my PhD research about the determination of arsenic using the sequential injection analysis and receiving voltammetry, and use the gold modified screen printed carbon electrode in the
water sample.
Today I will give a talk in the topic of a liquid phase multi-column platform combined with equalizer technology for glycoproteomics from hepatocellular carcinoma and disease-free home serum. The multi-column platform with an offline protein treatment by CVIII technology allow for efficiency capturing and fractionating of glucose serum. This approach eliminates all limitation of gel-based allowable approaches, and the platform allows the transferring of the protein from column to column using high precision pump and valve, so no standard loss and no propagation of experiment error. The total number of the identified DEP found in treated sera by CPLLB higher than that in the untreated sera.
So I will start from the local wisdom, just like a fairy tale. I want to briefly tell you about how the knowledge from local people and many years now in a modern age. 100 years local knowledge from Phang district in Chiang Mai province. We know that from the grandma, maybe great-great-grandmas, because 100 years ago here, the great-grandma knows about how to test the water qualities by using guava leaf here. They use the guava leaf extract. It's very simple extract because they use only water extract and to test with well water here. So in the local area or maybe in the village, we use well water for drinking or maybe washing and using in our everyday life. So it means if the guava leaf extract has maybe dark colors, it's not necessary for wash your clothes because your clothes maybe change the colors into the darker or maybe the color has changed. We use this one with for iron determination by employing flow injection analysis. This is very simple many flow, and we try to reduce the chemical and reagents such as in milliliter scales and flow continuous, and we can determination of iron in well water or maybe in the underground waters in our areas. Next, about the cultures, we have Thai, we have Mohom here. It's a very smart. Yeah, and in Japanese, we found that Yugata is similar to Mohom in Thailand. We found that the indigo can be react with hydrogen peroxide, so it means Yugata or maybe Mohom can be used for hydrogen peroxide assays, because without synthesis chemical reagent and without chemical glassware, we can use only a natural base and natural reagent for run this experiment. So we success to have applied to samples that we found hydrogen peroxide in colored hair samples. Modern IT and communication device. For here is environmental field, maybe food, or maybe a product survey by using the natural reagent that we have very simple to extract. And, maybe here is a modern IT device that we can merge with modern information technologies to transfer the data and maybe using data analysis here. I can conclusion that the local wisdom refer to knowledge that has been investigated for local benefits that have we apply various traditional ways and study some long experience knowledge to combine with the modern science and technology.
Today I would like to present my work in topic of calorimetric methods for highly sensitive and selective detection of copper by microfluidic paper-based analytical device using silver nanoplate. We successfully developed a paper-based microfluidic with calorimetric assay based on the catalytic etching of silver nanoplate by triosulfate for determination of copper, and the proposed methods provide highly sensitive, selective, low cost, fast, simple, and portable.
Iodine is an important micronutrient for production of thyroid hormone T3 and T4, and these thyroid hormones regulate several metabolic processes in our body, especially brain development of brain and body function. Here is a conventional method that WHO and other world organizations are using to survey for the IBD. In this reaction, iodine is the catalyst to decolorize yellow color of silver. Rate of the chemical reaction increase as increasing iodine concentration. We aim to develop such a flow system that supports direct injection of urine sample in our flow system, analyze two values, which are iodine and creatinine concentration. This is the first flow system capable of simultaneous determination of iodine and creatinine with direct injection of urine. Iodine and creatinine ratio allow us to use spot urine with accuracy for evaluation of IBD. And the last deployment of flow analysis offers good precision for kinetic analysis.
My topic this afternoon deal with heavy micellar and micellar solvent and its application for online analysis of pesticide. Study focused on creation of heavy micellar and micellar solvent and its application for pesticide analysis. CVIII modified zeolite was created and used as solvent for an online SPE/HPLC system. The development method was validated and applied for carbamate pesticide in water sample. The solvent shows high absorption capacity and can be reused at least for 5 extraction cycles for all investigated pesticides. 5 target pesticides were successfully concentrated with enrichment factor. My work, I interested using the metal nanoparticle modified on carbon nanotube to modify electrode to improve the sensitive detection. And the electrode will be applied for the flow injection and barometric detection of hydrogen peroxide. And we found that just only palladium nanoparticle give a good sensitivity as the same as the palladium mixed with platinum, but we selected the palladium modified electrode because it is the simple and the more economic. Proposed detection system show a good stability and repeatability, and this proposed system give a less more amount of reagents and high throughput, and all the instrument that we use is a simple instrument.
generation to have more international students.
Certainly, it's been my great pleasure and honor to be associated with the Thai folks and CMU and all the rest of you say, the next generation.
The long and fruitful collaboration between Chiang Mai University and University of Washington and universities in Japan. And you've seen the achievements of such collaborations. And I think everyone is impressed. He ranked by the president. He asked for the 4 outstanding researchers, rather junior, but not totally senior. All have been well planned, and everyone should congratulate